In charge of. Responsible. We feel that the media should be more responsible in what they report. Look into. Investigate. A committee was set up to investigate allegations of racial discrimination. Mainly. Principally. The advertising campaign is aimed principally at children and women. Point out. Indicate. Surveys indicate an improvement in public health care sectors. Good for. Beneficial. It is true that some insects are harmful, but others are beneficial. Detailed. Meticulous. Many hours of meticulous research have gone into writing this scientific paper. Go against. Oppose. This policy shows how to oppose bad decisions about city planning. Anyways. Nevertheless. The science test was very difficult, nevertheless, he earned a good grade. Think about. Consider. Employers must consider all candidates impartially and without bias. Rich. Wealthy. The wealthy couple invests most of their money in real estate and rental properties. Pin down. Determine. Scientists believe that one's personality is determined mostly by genetics. Empty. Desolate. Local people would be desolated if the community hospital no longer existed. Talk about. Discuss. The authority held a meeting to discuss the recent racist attacks with local people. So fat. Obese. Obese individuals tend to have higher blood pressure than slim people. Go through. Examine. Archaeologists can examine the bones of dinosaurs and make deductions about how they lived. Very kind. Considerate. The owner of this company is always considerate towards his employees. Deal with. Manage. Unfortunately, the summit did not manage to reach a definite agreement on sustainable energy. Very poor. Destitute. During the global economic crisis, many people were left destitute. At once. Immediately. The committee's decisions on health reformation will be implemented immediately. So fast. Rapid. There has been a rapid acceleration in the development of the fashion industry. Throw away. Discard. People who discard their litter in the streets should have to pay heavy fines. Give out. Distribute. A number of charities are coordinating their efforts to distribute food to the region. On and off. Intermittently. Violence was probably only used intermittently, not everywhere, and not at all times. Set up. Establish. He has established himself as one of the most successful sportsmen of the century. Point out. Indicate. Exploratory investigations have indicated large amounts of oil below the seabed. To sum up. In conclusion. In conclusion, there is a wide variety of social and environmental contexts of soil erosion. Speed up. Accelerate. Professionals believe that cutting taxes can help to accelerate economic growth. Lack. Deficiency. Severe iron deficiency can cause a developmental delay in children. Keep. Preserve. The Red Cross's primary concern is to preserve and protect human life. Also. In addition. Mike writes short stories. In addition, he writes articles for a newspaper. Look for. Seek. If it's a legal issue, you need to seek professional advice from a lawyer. Talk about. Discuss. It is a sensitive matter, therefore, we would like to discuss it immediately. Test. Experiment. The accuracy can be established by repeated observation and experiment. Say no. Reject. Customers have the right to reject faulty goods and demand a refund. Begin. Commence. The academic year will commence in mid-August and conclude during the last week of May. Help. Assist. We are looking for volunteers who would be willing to assist in charity organizations. Smart. Intelligent. The committee has arrived at a very intelligent opinion on the gender issue. Breakdown. Collapse. The collapse of the economy had repercussions for the whole nation. Go after. Pursue. He has determined to go abroad to pursue his higher education. Show. Demonstrate. The recent medical research clearly demonstrates that the vaccine works. So. Therefore. We are running out of fresh water, therefore, we need to be aware of water consumption. Need. Require. Deciphering historical manuscripts requires experts and modern technology. Anyway. Nevertheless. The old method had its flaws, nevertheless, it was preferable to the new one. A lot of. Numerous. There have been numerous exchanges of opinions between the two groups. Chance. Opportunity. When an opportunity is neglected, it may never come back to you. Later. Subsequently. The data can subsequently be loaded on a computer for processing. Tough. Challenging. Some experts performed the most challenging task without a mistake. Climb. Ascend. In seasons of high rainfall, the river can ascend up to 10 meters. Use. Utilize. We must consider how best to utilize what natural resources we have. Very clever. Brilliant. The depiction is a brilliant condensation of several years of work. Link up. Connect. The operator will connect you with our customer service department. Deep. Profound. Those two lines of poetry express perfectly the profound sadness of the loss. Often. Frequently. The author frequently quoted Shakespeare in her writing. Confused. Perplexed. The students looked perplexed, so the teacher tried to explain once again. Make out. Discern. The telescope can discern interplanetary objects incredibly distant in space. Difficult. Challenging. Teaching young children is a challenging at the same time rewarding job. Remove. Eliminate. A move towards healthy eating could help eliminate potential diseases. Find out. Discover. The more we study, the more we discover our limitations of knowledge. Powerful. Compelling. There is no rationally compelling argument to support their claims. At once. Immediately. It was immediately apparent that something unpleasant had occurred. Unhappy. Miserable. Though she pretended to be happy, the woman was really miserable and hated her life. Put off. Postpone. Because of bad weather, we have to postpone our cricket match. Go down. Decrease. Recently, the birth rate has been decreasing in many developed nations. Conventional. Conservative. The newspaper has a strong prejudice towards the Conservative Party. Go on. Continue. The trend will continue only as long as the next generations keep them alive. Fancy. Lavish. During the summer, many celebrities hold lavish parties at their beachfront homes. Maybe. Perhaps. Perhaps you have made a mistake in your calculation about future events. Go through. Examine. In many shops, customers have only a limited amount of time to examine the goods. Limited. Finite. We only have a finite amount of time to complete this assignment. So old. Ancient. He was well informed on ancient Chinese astronomical writings. Say sorry. Apologize. The manager apologized for losing his temper with his employees. Let. Allow. The system allows you to transfer data easily from one country to another. Special. Exceptional. The death sentence is allowable only under exceptional circumstances. Set up. Establish. The two countries agreed to establish full diplomatic relations. Look like. Resemble. He thoroughly resembles his father in appearance and in temperament. A bit. A little. Friendship isn't a big thing. It is a combination of million little things. Whole. Entire. The company eventually monopolized the entire aviation industry. Happy. Pleased. We can be pleased with our efforts and with the successful outcome. Idea. Notion. The conventional notion of marriage goes back thousands of years. Boss. Employer. An employer should have the tendency to appraise the ability of his employees. At first. Initially. The damage to the ship was far more serious than initially thought. Big. Enormous. Germany produced enormous quantities of petroleum, firewood, and steel. Put up with. Tolerate. Some plants and animals cannot tolerate sudden changes in temperature. Give. Provide. The new project will provide you with invaluable skills and experience. Free. Liberate. For the overall development of society, we need to liberate the mind from prejudice. Try. Endeavor. Constant endeavor can make a person successful within a short time. But. However. This can be a cheap and simple process. However, there are dangers. Go up. Increase. We have been experiencing an increasing number of environmental problems. Fight. Combat. The governments are taking steps to combat racism in schools. Throw away. Discard. People who discard their litter in the streets should have to pay heavy fines. Cheap. Inexpensive. The property is small and inexpensive, ideal for first-time buyers.